In 1968, Mattel introduced a new line of die-cast toy cars, known as Hot Wheels. The aptly named Hot Wheels were indeed hot, instantly a staggering success, as the first 16 cars released, known as the Sweet 16, focused on outlandish customized hot rods instead of basic everyday cars being produced by competitors like Matchbox. In addition to the cars, racing track sets were also introduced. The original track sets generally consisted of bright orange road sections, joiners to connect the roads, and a universal clamp. In 1969, to complement the track sets, the Hot Wheels Speedometer was introduced. And today, we'll be taking a look at the Hot Wheels Speedometer, here on KREED'S Collection. Hey, welcome back to another episode of KREED'S Collection. Today we're checking out the Hot Wheels Speedometer from the 1969 toy line Hot Wheels by Mattel. This toy represents two firsts in one episode. It's not only the first toy from the 1960s, it's also the first Hot Wheels toy to be covered on KREED'S Collection. This toy also predates my existence by a few years, as I inherited it from my older brothers. The Hot Wheels Speedometer can check the speed of your Hot Wheels or any 1/64 scale die-cast car. It has miles or kilometers per hour, and you have to have some Hot Wheels track to use it, which I do. So let's not waste any time and take a closer look at the speedometer. The top view here shows the actual speedometer itself. The cars shoot through the opening here, and it engages the speedometer by hitting a lever inside. Unfortunately, there is some wear on this blue arrow sticker, as well as right here where it says speedometer. You can see a little mark, but for the most part, it looks really great on top, especially the speedometer window itself. The entrance here is clearly marked, and this tab right here is where you actually push the track through. It locks in, and that way the car can drive through and hit the mechanism. Here's a closer look inside. There's the tab again that the track goes on. And then right here, this arm will actually reset the speedometer so multiple cars can drive through with no need for a manual reset. And back at the exit here is the arm that the car hits. And like I said before, that's actually how the speed is gauged. Now we're going to take a look at the right side of the unit where you see the Hot Wheels logo and speedometer. And then there's a sticker here that also has some faux stats for previous racers. I feel like both of these stickers have held up pretty well. On the left side of the speedometer, you can see this cool Hot Wheels car sticker. The red around the tire here is something that went along with the Sweet 16. They were part of what was called the Red Line series. Here on the back, you have the exit sticker, which I think has also held up well. And of course, the car shoots out right there. Lastly, that brings us to the bottom of the speedometer. You can see a couple blemish marks, but mostly it looks good. Right here, this is the spring-loaded mechanism for the arm that powers the speedometer, and the tunnel would be right there. Just above that small opening right in the center, you'll find the copyright date. Hot Wheels Speedometer, 1969 Mattel, made in the USA. Now, normally this is where we would go into the He-Man size comparison, but we gotta test this sucker out. So I got some track here from 1968. I got some joiners from 1968. And I even have a clamp from 1968, even though it says 1967. 67 is when they copyrighted the name Hot Wheels. But they didn't actually hit stores until 68. And I use these parts to create KREED'S International Speedway. Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Come see stupefying stunts at high speeds. Our competitors are ready to go. Who do you think's gonna win? Make a comment below. Left, right, or middle. Starting with the left. Here we go. Almost 50 miles per hour. Actually, not bad. And now for the middle car. 60 miles per hour. Currently in number 1. And now it's time for the right car. Will it be the right car? Oh, that's too bad. Looks like it was the wrong day for the right car. And I present to you our winner, the middle car. And now for our He-Man size comparison. He-Man has no use for a speedometer on Eternia, but because these are both from Mattel, in a weird way, this toy is kind of like He-Man's older brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy retrospective for the Speedometer from the 1969 Hot Wheels toy line by Mattel. I have 3 older brothers, but the one closest to me in age, well, he and we used to do exactly what you just saw me do today. We used to take our cars, shoot them through there, and see which ones could hit the highest speeds. It's been nearly 40 years since a Hot Wheel shot through the Speedometer, and it really took me back. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And while you're at it, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I do a retrospective on a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday, so hope to see you next week and every week after, here on KREED'S Collection.